In a move that has shaken the Venezuelan political landscape, President Nicolas Maduro has officially announced his intention to seek presidential re-election in Venezuela's next elections in 2024. This announcement comes after what Maduro has described as an acclamation for part of the Chavista base during a key event. With this statement, Maduro confirms his commitment to staying in power, defying both internal opposition and growing international pressure. His decision promises to further intensify the political turmoil and controversy surrounding the South American country. I accept the candidacy. Maduro confirms that he will seek presidential re-election after Chavista acclamation. The president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, was proclaimed on Saturday by the ruling United Socialist Party of Venezuela as a candidate for the elections on July 28, 2024, when the president seeks a second re-election for 6 more years. President Nicolas Maduro accepted on Saturday that he will seek a second re-election in the next July 28 vote in Venezuela for 6 more years, despite his worn-out popularity. Today, March 16th of this year, 2024, I accept the presidential candidacy for the July 28th elections. I accept it, I assume it, and with the support of the people we will go to a new victory for the Bolivarian and Chavista forces, said Maduro from a meeting in Caracas from the ruling party, by the ruling United Socialist Party of Venezuela. Maduro, a 61-year-old former union leader, with almost 11 years in power, has a popularity of around 20% according to surveys. The United Socialist Party of Venezuela then decided, by consensus and acclamation, that Maduro is the candidate of Chavismo, said Diosdado Cabello, a Chavista parliamentarian considered one of the strong men of the Venezuelan government. Maduro has been campaigning for weeks and has multiplied his public appearances, which until recently was an exception. At all times, the United Socialist Party of Venezuela, chaired by Maduro, appealed to the memory of the late Hugo Chavez between the years of 1999 to 2013, Maduro's political father and who anointed him shortly before his death from cancer. Chavez gave us an order. What was the order? You elect Nicolas Maduro Moros, nothing more, said Maria Leon, a member of the same party, who participated in the event. Long life Chavez. He then shouted. There is no other candidate but the one our eternal commander keeps telling us, continued Adán Chavez, brother of the late president. Between Chavez and Maduro, they have governed Venezuela for a quarter of a century. Now it is up to us to register it before the National Electoral Council, CNE. We do have a candidate, Cabello continued. But who will he face? It's a mystery. The opposition is at a crossroads after the exclusion of Maria Corina Machado, a candidate who could win the race. The opposition then seeks to define, against the clock, a name that can be nominated in the face of the imminent official rejection of Machado, 56, a favorite in the polls but disqualified from holding public office. Machado, an industrial engineer who swept the opposition primaries last October, nevertheless rules out abandoning the process for now and continues campaigning. 4 members of her Venezuela team were arrested. However, Machado keeps her schedule busy with tours around the country. If she could participate, polls agree, she would defeat Maduro by a very wide margin. The National Electoral Council, CNE, announced the invitation to observation missions from the European Union and other actors, although until now it has not made a formal invitation. Economic collapse and sanctions. In February, Chavismo celebrated 25 years in power, the last 11 led by Maduro after Chavez's death in 2013. I know that we have passed the brunt, the green ones, the hard one, but what is coming between now and 2030 is progress, he promised on Thursday at a political event in Carapano, in the eastern state of Sucre. His presidency has been marked by allegations of human rights violations, international sanctions, the collapse of the economy, the GDP contracted 80% in a decade, and the migration of more than 7 million people fleeing hunger and poverty. He also neutralized any threat to his power, such as the so-called interim presidency of Juan Guaidó, exiled in the United States, and now Machado, whom the government accuses of corruption and calling for a foreign invasion, although she denies it. Maduro's re-election in 2018 was called fraudulent by the opposition, which boycotted the elections, the European Union and the United States, which imposed a battery of sanctions to try, unsuccessfully, to remove him from power. The reflective conclusion about the damage caused by Maduro to the Venezuelan people is a topic of deep concern and analysis. During his tenure, Venezuela has experienced a multifaceted crisis that has severely affected the population in all aspects of daily life. The combination of failed economic policies, rampant corruption, and political repression has led to devastating shortages of food, medicine, and basic services. Millions of Venezuelans have been forced to leave their country in search of opportunities and a better quality of life, while those who remain face precarious living conditions and growing insecurity. But now it's your turn to tell us. What did you think of this information about the confirmation of Nicolas Maduro, who will seek presidential re-election after Chavista acclamation? Do you agree with his government? We will be attentive to read you in the comments. If you found the video useful, we would appreciate it if you gave it a like to support our project and if you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.